Welcome. This is one of my biggest pet peeves of mine. I've gotten into reading. I've been reading a lot of books, and then I started trying to read older books, and this has just pissed me off beyond comprehension. And the worst part about trying to read these so-called smart books is that I keep feeling stupid, even though I know I'm not. And the thing that makes me so upset is that I know the book is amazing, but I can't decipher what's good and what's just word vomit in these books. And sometimes it's sloppy and it's annoying and it's pompous. So I picked up a book called Man and His Symbols, and that was by Mr. Young. And then I picked up a book called A Hero with a Thousand Faces, which was by Joseph Campbell. And those are like prominent books. Those are like smart people books. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna look so dang cool reading these. And then I got like 150 pages into the Man and His Symbols, and I was like, I don't even know what this guy's talking about. There's so much word vomit on the page. I can't decipher what is going on. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll try The Hero with a Thousand Faces. And there's just too much word vomit. It was the craziest thing I've ever read. And it was like these authors weren't writing for real people. They weren't writing for people like me. Just some average dude. They were writing for like other academics, and it seemed like it was in a closed off club, and it was weird. It sounded like a PhD dissertation other than just a story. And it kind of made me upset. So here's kind of like an example. So instead of me saying people wear masks in society to hide their true emotions, to come across as an author of one of these books, it would sound like the psyche symbolic persona constructs a productive intermediary in service of interpsychic stability within the collective unconscious. And not even I know what I just wrote. I had to have AI write that because I have no clue what that means. And it just kind of led me down this rabbit hole because I want the knowledge that are in these books. But the only way to get to the good part is to crawl through the sludge and the garbage and hope that you get lucky in this roulette game that you're playing, that you can understand the main point of the book without getting drowned out by all this nonsense. But by then, you're already so checked out because you just sludge through all this junk that it's hard to even tell what is useful and what is just ego-driven BS. And this is what I wish that these authors understood. This is what I want to rant about. There's a larger market. Like, just like with my YouTube channel, if I spoke like a true intellectual, if I reached into my thesaurus piggy bank and started throwing around the most profound verbiage ever, nobody would watch because nobody would know what I'm saying. I'm already wearing a mask. I'm already limiting myself. So then I'm limiting myself with the vocabulary, but I don't know. I feel like all these authors are just trying to impress their friends with PhD, but it's making knowledge inaccessible. And I truly think that I am worthy of learning as anybody else can. And I shouldn't have to sludge through mumbo jumbo garbage or get a PhD in English studies in order to decipher what these people are talking about. And honestly, if these writers were as smart as their thesaurus ass word vomit claims they are, you would assume that they'd know how to write in a way that's digestible to everybody. It's not that hard. Any idiot can talk like that. Any half-witted Neanderthal can string together an overly titillating vocabulary to present the most basic of ideas. We're dragging on the bowl of fecal matter is no less responsible, but it will cause everybody to fall into a deep slumber. Like, that doesn't even make sense. That's what these books sound like. They just sound like you got your ideas down and you went through again and you said, how can I make this so irresponsibly difficult to read that it's like code? And I don't know. When I want to learn something deep or spiritual, I want it in a tone and a cadence that isn't impossible to decipher, to know. Like, I don't know. I think that complex ideas don't require complex words to get your ideas across. It just requires efficiency. And the smartest person in the room isn't the one who says the most. It's a mob reference. But it's the one who says the least but can reach the most people. But reading dense, bloated writing it makes me feel tired, and it makes me feel dumb even though I know I'm not. And it's not that I can't read it. And I know that's kind of what this is sounding like. Hey, the dude in the mask can't read a book. And maybe that's true, but I think it's not the fact that I don't want to read it. It's the fact that I don't want to read it. It's unattractive to me. I don't want to spend my time rereading some dude's mental gymnastics trying to guess what he meant and then trying to decipher what I guess he meant. And I just think it breaks the flow. I don't know. I want to think about the message while I'm reading. I want to think about the message while I'm consuming content, and that's what books are. I don't feel like studying somebody's vocabulary in order to get their message. And I think that this really hits home for me because that's what I want my videos to portray. I want my videos to invoke thought. I want people to watch my videos and think about what I'm saying without letting my words just flood their mind and me speak for them. I want this to invoke somebody to think. And that's what's so difficult, because there's such important lessons out there just buried in words, like buried in words that aren't even necessary to say the lesson. And if I were to just draw comparisons, I think that this kind of writing was the equivalent to doom scrolling centuries ago, where you think that you're learning and you think that all these words mean more wisdom, and your monkey brain is like, more is better, it's so good, look at all the words, we're 500 pages deep. But I think monkey brain is wrong. I don't even think it's close, because any logical person would rather have a 10-ounce ribeye than 10 pounds of Doritos. And monkey brain would be like, well, look at all those Doritos. And then logical brain would be like, well, I like the steak. And more isn't better. And that's kind of what academia feels like. That's kind of what academic books feel like. That's what scrolling kind of feels like. Just a whole lot of junk that really none of us need, getting in the way of us actually wanting nutrition. I don't know. To end this video off, I think wisdom should feel easy. I think that wisdom shouldn't be that hard to obtain. I think that it should feel familiar. I think when somebody dons a revolutionary thought into this world, then everybody should subconsciously already know it. That's what I mean by familiar. I think that everybody would be like, that makes so much sense. I feel like I already know it. If a message is so good that you're writing 500 pages about it, or you're 10 to 11 minutes in on a YouTube video about it, why are you adding so much fluff? And if I could say one thing to every scholar or everybody who conversates in a way that's effective on paper because you're using the best words for the scenario, but nobody knows it, I need to say stop. Nobody thinks you're smart. No one even knows what you're saying. And you're no different than the dude you're no different than this guy. You know, the dude who's fat bent on the convenience store parking lot. You're no different than that guy. So, who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to teach? People already know what you're saying. If that's your main audience, if your main audience is scholars, then they already know. I don't know. I got really upset. But it's just stupid. It's silly. It's a rant. And honestly, it's exactly how history has repeated itself. It's just like the doom scroll. It's just like YouTube Shorts noise. It's just like this video that's gone on a bit too long. It's just junk food for the brain. It's just word vomit, all dressed up to look like wisdom. And honestly, the hypocrisy hit like a god dang truck on this video. I feel absurd. And that's okay. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for letting me speak my mind. And just thank you. Thank you for coming this far. I'll catch you next time.